Hello everyone and welcome back to another edition of the racing game. We're going to do an update today because it's been some time since the last one. So as you can see, we have quite a few checkpoints now. They're not all coded, just the last one with the finish line. Just like the last video, we made more, but we're going to show you kind of the progress we've made since the last video. It had been a while since I worked on this, but we are going to show you. Okay, so let's jump into it. So here in the vehicle, we had to update some of the settings here. So when the vehicle is going, then you're going to take this stuff from the vehicle UI, which I'll get into this part in a minute here, but this part here, okay, bring that over here, and then as you can see, I put my comments on there. Numbers crunched by Unreal for this car, the A and B, and then you pick one, times it. If it's greater than 80 miles per hour, then this is the camera. How fast is the vehicle going? Shows you your camera components. Alright, your back spring arm, your camera lag distance. So again, this has to do with your camera. When you're going, the camera goes a little bit further back. The distance of that, and the same with the back camera. Alright, and it's the same thing here, condition. Then this is the new one, this is the field of view, as you can see. And then this one connects back over here to this one, delta seconds. Alright, and my comment on this one, changes camera from closer to further as you go above 80 miles per hour. And this is why, because with this one, 80 miles per hour, and it shows your field of view for your back camera. This one's going to be different than your back spring arm, because your back spring arm is your earlier camera, but not your back camera. Okay, so then this all connects back over here to this branch. If the car is 80 or above, camera shake. If not, then don't. So basically telling you you're going to have camera shakes for different things that happen, because your car obviously becomes more uncontrollable when it has more speed. So if true, do the camera shakes once. If false, resets. And then this does the camera shake if that's true on a complete of doing once. And then you're going to reset it. So that on the false, if false from the branch, I should have put that in here. If false from branch, 0 is reset, which this one. And then play, then 1, this one, which will stop all the camera shakes. So pretty much if it resets, it's not going to be doing camera shakes anymore. Alright, so that is the vehicle now. That was the update from before that we didn't have. We've also made an update from before on the last video, where we just had the checkpoint cross, and I'll tell you why we have this next one now. Alright, so this one, I should add more to this comment, and then also put a comment around this one. So we had to make some variables. We had to make a time to give or time to add, to the timer, when we cross the checkpoint. But this one only goes with, say, like your finish line one, checkpoint crossed with that. It doesn't have with timer. So this one, if you look, well, let's see if we can open it. Well, you know what? It's the same thing. I added it, and then as you can see, call on checkpoint cross with time. Cross with, and then time is on there, but it doesn't say that. So this event dispatcher we had to create, because then every time we cross a checkpoint, we add more time to it, and then that's where this comes in. Alright, so this is now on the checkpoint. For each checkpoint cross, it does that. Alright, and then here is the last bits before we get into the vehicle UI stuff that we've updated. So up here in the last video, you noticed that we had all this stuff here with the begin play, and then everything on the true or false statement. We only had the true part. So now that we started doing the time, then this is a true or false statement showing this is the finish line. And if it's not the finish line, so that means false, the race is still going. Add time when checkpoint is crossed. So that checkpoint crossed with time, the event dispatcher from the checkpoint over here. You bind that right here, and then you bind that to an event. You duplicate this one, and then you make a new event. And that new event is just like all these other ones. But here we go. You come down here. Custom event that you cross the checkpoint, and then you add time. You have to make a function for that though. So we added time to the timer. So on this, we get our timer duration, and then we had to make a variable here, input variable, and then time to add or added time or whatever you want it to say, and it's an integer. You plug it into the add with the start timer duration, and then you set it. And so getting it and then you add to it sets the new one. So that's how that function works. And then you have it come off the cross checkpoint, and you add your time to this function. You plug it up, and then it will add time. So far, the timer isn't fully functional yet, but we just started working on getting the timer added. So here now is where we're at. We created a vertical box because we have two things on top of each other, two texts. One is the time remaining, and the other is actual time. And the vertical box is making it where you can stack them and keep them within a certain area. So, alright, let's go back to the default map and show you. Again, the only one that really will pop up anything like a you win is when you cross that finish line over there. But nothing with these checkpoints yet. Created more checkpoints, but that's about it. Alright. So as you can see on the UI, it still says time remaining. And you can see the camera lag. And then it says you win up in the top left. We will eventually get the time remaining going, but we haven't quite gotten there yet. So you'll have to bear with me as we continue to go through this. And we won because we finished the race as we went through the finish line. So, alright, let's do it one more time. Go through here. You see the camera shake? You win? Okay, perfect. So, that is it for now. We will be back with more updates soon, so stay tuned for more of these videos as we continue to make updates and make progress on our racing, timer racing game. So we'll see y'all soon. Stay tuned.